Healed and hot feels like merch.
Yes.
Would you guys buy merch if we made healed and hot merch?
Okay,
Know.
Yeah, we're trademarking that right now. Healed and hot. No, but if I swear, if I see that on merch after this drops, I'm coming for y'all. Welcome back to the Sisterhood Tea Party podcast, where we spill all the real tea about life, love, relationships, and pop culture. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Jessica, and today's episode is giving iced latte with a side of inner peace and body glitter.
We're diving into the duality of hot girl summer versus healed girl summer. Can you really be both? What does it even mean to show up as that girl while still prioritizing your healing?
Yes, so get your journals, your Stanley cups, and your cutest headphones because we're going there.
But before we dive into today's topic, let's spill a little personal tea. What's been on your mind this week, Jess?
So top of mind for me right now is time management. I realized that so many people recently have been asking me, how do you have time for all that? When they hear that we have the podcast, when they hear I create content, they're just like, how do you have time for all that? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just really diligent about scheduling and my routines and all these things. And so I'm kind of trying to lean in a little bit to the idea of maybe this is something I'm good at that I didn't realize that I'm good at. And so how can I help other people with being good at that from a routine and planning perspective? But on the flip side of that, I'm also trying to be mindful of like, ooh, am I being overly productive? And am I also taking care of myself? Maybe I am doing too much. So just making sure that I'm also scheduling time for life and like having fun and things like that, especially as we're going into summertime. So that's top of mind for me.
Yeah, you have great time management skills. I was going to ask you, do you use any apps or anything, or do you track, like, how do you plan to just do all the things in your day?
Yeah, it kind of depends. I mean, and we'll be talking about this on an upcoming episode. I'm very big on planning my vision and like looking at my goals every day. I also look at affirmations every day that just kind of keep me going. I do use it's called Tick Tick for task planning, like especially when it comes to just knowing, hey, this is a thing that's coming up. I have an appointment coming up or something like that. I do that. And then other than that, honestly, I just have my routine so down to a system that I'm not hitting snooze. I am not hitting snooze. I'm getting up at 5 a.m. every single day and I'm going to do the thing. And the thing might look different every day and how I get it done might look different, but I'm not going to cut myself short in the number of hours in a day because I have things I want to get done. And I feel like it's a waste. I'm like, I got my sleep. As long as I'm getting my sleep, I'm good. So that's how I think about it.
You know, that's the energy that we all aspire to have because it'd be hard day to day. Here's the thing. My routine has kind of fallen a little bit because just, life be lifing. But,
yeah.
That's a great thing. The fact that you don't push snooze at 5 a.m., kudos to you, my friend. I love that.
Thanks. What is top of mind for you?
Well, it's that time of year again. I got to find a husband.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, in this world.
I know.
In this world.
But I have to be careful, okay? But this time I'm going to the golf course. We've got our tournament that I've been volunteering at for the last few years at, where is it at? It's somewhere. It's close by me. But I'm volunteering for that this year.
Last year turnout.
Last year was fine. I mean, I definitely flirted it up a little bit and there was some potential, but it fizzled and that's okay. Life, it happens. So this year is a different approach. This year I have to be very I have to just get with it. But I'm also going to be weeding out a lot of people very quickly because I cannot be playing these games, okay? First question, who'd you vote for? Easy. And if I'm honest, majority of the people who are going there voted for So, yeah. Yeah.
That was my, when you said find a husband, but then you added golf course to the end. I was like, in Texas. Ooh.
Yes. To be fair, there are very few men who are not trash who golf and who didn't vote that way. So I have to find them. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to be there for a couple days volunteering. So wish me luck. It'll be tough out there.
So wait, what, do you have your fit picked out?
Yes and no. The fit is a volunteer uniform, so I have to wear that, but I can still make it cute. You know what I mean? It's a popped, it's a, what do you call it? Why am I forgetting what it's called? It's a polo.
A polo.
Yeah.
You said popped, and then I thought like popped collar.
Well, yeah, I could pop the collar, but like, is that too much?
Accessorize.
But Yeah, so I have a polo and I have to wear a golf skirt. Super cute. Got my little tennis shoes. I got a new pair of tennis shoes and they will go great with this outfit. So it'll be fine. I'll be cute. And I'll have a little
It'll be very
hat.
cute.
Yeah. And then I have no idea how I'm going to have my hair at that point. So we'll see where the vibes take me at that point. But we're going to see. We're going to have fun with it. And if nothing happens, then that's okay too. I will be just fine.
Oh,
It's
you
not
will
the end of the
be.
world. Yeah,
But it could be a summer to remember. It could be a summer fling. It could be, like you said, maybe your future husband. It could be.
maybe.
I'm gonna look up. I don't remember the name of the book, but I read a book and it's a golf romance, and it was actually so cute. It was my physical therapist's best friend from high school wrote this book, and she told me about
Oh,
it, and she was like, so I was like, I obviously have to read it. I was like one of her beta readers. I wish I could remember the name of it. I will put it in the show notes and I will send it to you. But it was so cute, and I don't like golf at all, but it was such a
right.
cute, fun romance book. So I will send that to you, and maybe you can speak it into existence.
Okay. I'll read it. Why not? I'll try.
It's so fun. I love it. I love it.
Well, we're going to get right into today's topic because both of those moments are examples of essentially hot girl summer energy and healed girl summer energy showing up at the same time.
Exactly. So let's break this down for anyone who's wondering what's the difference between these two energies and how do you know which one you're in? So, first, let's talk about what is hot girl summer. I really hope we all know this by now. Like, you hear hot girl summer, it's giving confidence, it's giving cute outfit pics, it's giving outdoor energy, maybe a little hiking, maybe a little lake, maybe a little beach, depending on where you're at. It's living for the plot. It also could be a little grungy, like it's giving kind of brat girl summer a little bit too. Like I kind of think about if you've seen that Lady Gaga clip where she says, no sleep, bus, club, another club, another club. It cracks me up. I'm like, that's hot girl summer. It's go, go, go. Energy of doing all the things. That's what I think about when I think of hot girl summer.
I would agree with that. Also, the first person I think about when I hear hot girl summer is Meg the Stallion. And I
Yes.
just try to embody who she is into my summer. Every summer, I'm like, how can I be a hot girl? What does hot girl shit look like? And that's her. That's the vibe.
1000% agree.
But on the other side, we can lean into healed girl summer, right? So I'm thinking it's all about your boundaries, rest, intentional routines, choosing peace. Maybe you've done some deep inner work, right? Soft joy over chaos. I feel like you can think about it in a way of more glowing versus just go, go, go. So again, not the no sleep bus club energy, but just like going with the flow and the vibes. Like in my mind, I hear the phrase, I've done the work and now I'm just going to protect my peace while having fun. And I think that is what Heal Girl Summer kind of embodies is, you've done the work, but you can still have a good time, but just, have a chill vibe about it.
Okay. Healed girl summer to me feels like I'm lounging in a way that feels good for my body. Like I'm
Mhm.
still outdoors, but I'm not running on no sleep.
Right. That's how when I hear healed girl summer, because I think again, I think you can do both, obviously, like healed and hot girl. I think of myself on a yacht, on a boat of some kind, and I'm just like laying out there. I've got a glass of champagne, and yes, I am outside, but I'm healed, I'm healthy, I'm glowing, and like not a care in the world. It's a beautiful embodiment of the two.
Been on a yacht? No. But
No.
am I on a yacht in that mentality? Absolutely yes.
Yes. That is where I'm
Yes.
at.
It's hot girl summer is living for the story, and then healed girl summer is living for the soul. And yeah, you can have both.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So now, we've talked about both of these sides. I feel like it's time to really dive into the tea. Can you actually be both at the same time? Or are they secretly fighting for your summer energy? And I just kind of talked about it. I feel like you can. I used to think it had to be either or, right? So if I was healing, I couldn't be out here, flirting it up in a cute ass outfit. And I'm over here like, wait a minute. Healing doesn't mean you stop being fun. Healing doesn't mean you stop being flirty or feminine. It means you start choosing the things that kind of come from a place of confidence and your self worth, not validation. I wrestled with myself for a very long time to get to this point of like, I can absolutely be in a place of confidence and understanding my worth, but still like throw ass. You know what I mean? Like, I can do all of these things. You can flirt in a sundress, you can flirt in your cute ass outfit and know your boundaries. You can dance all night, you can go out to the club, whatever you want, but still prioritize your peace the next morning. You can leave the club early and get your skincare done, take a nice little shower, go to bed, right? You can post a hot ass selfie, a little thirst trap, but still be in therapy. Okay. The duality is a place to be. That's how I feel about this. What are your thoughts?
I am so obsessed. I'm gonna do my skincare and I'm gonna throw some ass. I'm so for that. I mean, I talked about it on one of our past episodes of I want to be in a cheeky bikini this summer,
Yes,
okay?
that's the energy.
And I'm not gonna miss my skincare routine, period. And I'm gonna be wearing sunscreen. It is not either or. And it doesn't mean being boring. I think honestly that's the beautiful thing about us women right now. I feel I don't know, when we were younger, it felt very much like I'm gonna be the business boss babe and I'm gonna have it all together and I'm gonna be all prim and proper. And I'm like, ugh, no, I will have beautiful skin and I will be getting wild. So I think it's totally okay to post the bikini thirst trap and also say no to that toxic friend who invites you to go do something, which is a boundary and is healthy.
Yes. And, I feel like also too, we get fed the idea in the past of healing has to look like solitude, silence, and staying in. We have this I'm healing, so I can't go outside or I can't be here. And it's absolutely not. Healing comes from a place of joy, comes from connection, pleasure, expression. And y'all hear me say this all the time, but I joke about being outside all the time. Oh, we about to be outside. That's me. But outside sometimes is part of the healing, right? Sometimes it's about reclaiming that energy, your body, your fun. I feel like it's exactly what you need. So if you want to be outside, okay? It's not this either or. It's truly this is me, right? I can be soft and savage. I can be sacred and spicy, right? Healed and hot. I absolutely love the vibe of healed and hot. It's hell yeah, that's the energy. You know what I mean? The alignment of having those two is dangerous, but in the best way. You know what I mean?
Healed and hot feels like merch.
Yes.
Would you guys buy merch if we made healed and hot merch?
Okay, we're trademarking that right now. Healed and hot. No, but I swear if I see that on merch after this drops, I'm coming for y'all. Okay? I'm gonna
Healed and hot.
Healed and hot.
And hot. It's happening.
It's gonna go on a hat. That would be a great hat.
It would be a great hat. It would be, and also maybe at the end of a day when you've been at the beach or been at the lake all day and you need just that cover up sweatshirt to go over your bikini, healed and hot on it.
Oh my gosh.
It feels cute, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. That is leaning into being that girl. Okay. Doing the inner work and showing up fully, because hot doesn't cancel out being healed. Like we talked about, it's way more fun and enjoyable to just be both.
Yes. Okay. We have established you can be both. Hopefully we've established that. We're all going to be healed and hot. So let's talk about the how. How do you actually find that balance between fun confidence and deep emotional growth without burning out, especially during the season when you're go, go, go?
Absolutely. In this part, we're going to share some tips that we've kind of come up with that I think will help you balance that energy of understanding where you're at, but still enjoying this. So Jess, you start.
Yes. Okay. Number one, I think keep 1 to 2 grounding routines. I talked about being good at routines. We can go into detail about a bunch of different routines, but you don't have to overwhelm yourself. Don't make it all routine, but have 1 or 2, whether it's journaling or maybe Sunday reset and Sunday is your day for you. Just have something that keeps you grounded and in that healing mindset, even when you're go, go, go.
I totally agree. Next one I think is great is checking in with your why before saying yes to plans. Again, I know that it's fun to be around your friends and do all the things, but really sit with yourself and being okay, why am I saying yes to this? Or why do I want to do this? Is it is it going to bring you joy? Is it going to do all of these things? Or if you're just saying yes to say yes, and you're well, I don't really feel like going, stop yourself right there. If you're questioning your why, then it's a no. And it's okay to, again, we've talked about this on multiple episodes. It is completely okay to protect your peace and say, you know what, not this time, but I'll catch y'all next time.
Yes, agreed. And on that point, protect your energy in all ways possible. If it's connecting and understanding what those boundaries are and saying no to things, do that. If it's, hey, I have to be at this event, but I don't really want to be around people right now, so I'm just going to put my sunglasses on and my headphones on so I can just not lose my shit. That's okay too. Whatever you got to do to protect your energy, don't be worried about what everyone else thinks about it. Just focus on you.
Yes, it's completely okay to put your crash out on pause. It's completely cool, let your healed self call the shots when needed. So if you know that, you've got an X amount of things, check in with yourself being all right, are we good at this point? Ask yourself those questions. Are we feeling okay? Did we get enough sleep? Did we eat well? Did we do all the things? If you're feeling any sort of like meh, call that shot and be like, you know what? I think I'm going to pass or do what I need to do.
Also, fun one,
Mhm.
curate your summer playlist with intention. Okay.
Oof.
If you need a fun, what do we call it? Doof
Doof
music
doof. Oh
playlist?
man,
Doof doof.
we haven't talked about doof doof music in so long.
Hey,
So
Blue is Flame by Selena. That's a new doof song. It's
oh
probably not
yeah.
new by the time this episode comes out, but that's my favorite doof right now.
Hmm.
But if you need that kind of playlist, but then also, it's okay to have that sad girl playlist there for on those days you need it too. Be ready for that duality that you're going to need throughout the summer. If you need to put on Torture Poets Department again to really belt out something, it's okay.
You know what we should do? Now I was thinking about it. So obviously, Spotify has a day list feature. So every few hours it updates, like based on your vibe, what you've been listening to. But what I think we should do is make a Sisterhood Tea Party day list or a playlist that is collaborative that you all just throw in your best playlist songs that you have right now. And we basically call it the ultimate Sisterhood Tea Party playlist or something to that effect.
Sisterhood Tea Party's summer playlist.
Correct. Yes.
I might have to actually pay for Spotify Premium so that I can listen to this. I have Apple Music.
That's okay. That's cool. We don't judge.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I will say that majority of our listeners are on Apple Podcasts, not
are
Spotify.
they?
But yeah,
Okay.
a lot, over 75%.
Whoa. Okay. Big shout out to y'all. Love y'all for real. Really, the only reason why I use Spotify is because I teach spin classes, and that is the recommended, not even recommended, is required to use Spotify. So, anyway, we'll do both. We'll do both Apple and
we'll do
Spotify.
both.
Yeah, it'll be great.
We love that.
So, moving on. Here's the thing. Y'all, I talk about this all the time. Schedule solo dates. Solo dates are everything. Take time for you. Go out. Go have a time at the beach. Go to a coffee shop. Take yourself out to dinner. Sit at a bar. Do whatever you want. Go book shopping. I know a lot of my friends do that. Like, just schedule time for yourself. It's so important to just date yourself and get out there and just have different experiences. You do not have to wait for friends to make plans to go do the things that you want to do. So I suggest do it. Schedule it. Put it on your calendar like once a month. Solo date. You won't regret it, I promise.
Obsessed. My two favorite solo dates are book shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And although I do love to go with my husband because I point at the table and I go, guess which one of these that I've read? Which is really fun, but I do love to go by myself too. And hiking. I love to do a solo hike. Not everyone can go. Go do the hike.
Absolutely. I love a good nature walk too. I also really love, I mean, I guess this is more like all wellness related, but I also just love gym dates by myself, like just headphones on and I just go. Also, side note, completely unrelated, that sun is sunning on your skin right now.
It's kind of a weird glare though, isn't it?
It is, but it's giving what it needs to. It's cute.
I wish it was just like a little higher.
Not you lowering down.
I try to close the blinds a little because now it is something quite blinding.
Yeah, I was like, it is probably fine. Oh yeah, that looks good. That's giving what it needs to. It's giving like if you had a professional camera on you right now, it would hit. Not you voguing. I love it. Slay.
Slay. Okay, next, use affirmations that hype your worth. I am obsessed with affirmation cards. Okay, go on Amazon, go somewhere, order some little affirmation cards, pull one every day. Another way to get affirmations that I love is if you buy.
So sorry about that. That was so aggressive. I'm telling you, mute it because I'm so embarrassed.
Okay, but why did that remind me of at my wedding when the motorcycles were going by?
Right, and that was a whole thing. I was like, are we good?
My God, that's so funny. Okay,
I'm so sorry about that.
I love it. This is real life, people. This is what it looks like to record a podcast at home.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say is another way to get fun affirmations is if you buy Yogi tea. If you drink tea, I buy the Yogi brand, and every little tag has a different affirmation on it. Oh, they give me life. I love them every single evening.
Ooh, I haven't bought Yogi tea in a long time, but it's so good. I'm so
sad they don't. I recently started drinking peppermint tea, and they don't make a peppermint. So
No.
I buy this other brand that gives me like Emily Dickens quotes, and I'm like, it's not the same. I want an affirmation.
I know that's now that you've said that is the sole brand that I would buy peppermint tea from because I thought it was the best out of all the ones I've had. And yeah, they don't have it.
Such a bummer.
I know. All right. Last but certainly not least, stay grounded. Okay. Don't romanticize chaos just because it's hot outside. Okay. And that's really advice for myself. I just need to, stay locked in and keep myself like did. So that was really for me. So, but I had to say it out loud. So.
Yes. Remember, if she's in her healed girl era, she's probably leaving the party early to do her skincare and sleep like a princess, which is totally fine. So do not be afraid to bail out of things when you need it. For example, I love a good day drinking during the summer at the lake or a rooftop bar, but I'm coming home to crash. I'm coming home to do my skincare and go to bed very, very early.
That's such a move. It really is. After a day of drinking, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go. What do you mean? It's 10 o'clock. The night's still young. Is it? Because I'm
10?
Not.
That's too late. 10? I'm leaving at like 8.
Right.
Maybe earlier. I went in bed by 8.
Well, I guess you said day drinking, so that's true. I'm thinking if it's just like a mid-afternoon, I'm like, I'm home by 10. Yeah. But yeah, no, day drinking, absolutely home by 6, honestly.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait, 8's too late. Too.
Yeah, no. 100%. You're right. But I agree. Totally the balance. I feel like you also need to be on the lookout for actual things you can do to protect your energy and still enjoy the season. So you all know I love a good, spontaneous, last-minute vibe. Like I just talked about, I'd be outside. However, I do have to sometimes say no and protect my energy because otherwise I know I'll burn myself out. As an example, I had a few friends that kind of had this whole day excursion planned and I was all about it. I was like, I really, really want to go, but I knew that I was tired. It had been a long week and I was like, you know what? I've got to say no to the entire day. There's no tea, no shade. Okay. I just needed my time. But I did take the morning for myself and, had a slow morning, getting ready. I went on a walk, all the things, and then I met them for dinner later. So I feel like that's the balance. You don't have to miss the entire moment to protect your energy, but it's also okay to miss the entire moment. But in this case, it made sense for me to do my own thing in the morning and then meet them in the evening. It ended up being great. So you just have to remember to check in with yourself first before you do anything.
I love that. All right. Now I think we figured it all out. It's time for a little fun. We love to play our podcast games, and today we're playing
Overrated or Underrated Summer Edition. So y'all know the drill. We're just going to say whether the following things are underrated or overrated and why. First up, day parties. Jess, underrated or overrated?
Underrated. I actually saw on TikTok, but it's in Europe, so it's not here in the US yet. A day club. It was an ad for day clubs where it was 30 plus day clubs. So first of all, you have to be 30 years old to go there.
Pause. That's all I need to hear. 30?
I think it was 30.
Oh,
I think it was 30. Maybe it was 25. I think it was 30. And it's a day club. I'm pretty sure it was 30. I'm like, that's my people. I need to be there. You talk about shaking some ass. Those are the people I want to shake my ass around. I don't want to be there with these little kids. I'm sorry. And during the day, that's perfect. I'm like, bring it to the US, please.
That is such a dream. I love a good day party, like being outside. And I consider day party, there's a few ways you can interpret this, but like I'm saying you go out, you're doing brunch, you're popping around to a couple different places. And like we mentioned earlier, you're home by 6 and that's it. It's a dream. You still have time to do dinner if you need to, but you're on your couch watching the latest episode of Love is Blind or Temptation Island, whatever your vibe is, right? Just something. And it's a dream. So yes, totally underrated.
Love that.
Okay, next. Wearing makeup to the pool. Overrated or underrated? I don't know how to no. Appropriately rated? Overrated? Overrated. What do I need makeup for? No. Overrated. Yes. Because natural. I am beautiful without makeup. I don't
got
need that.
there. I didn't know where we were going.
I know.
I didn't know where you were gonna land.
I was trying to think like, what are we doing here? Like, if we're legitimately swimming at the pool, what do you need makeup for? If you're just catching a vibe and maybe doing content, I guess. But that's where my head was initially at, which is why I said appropriately rated. I was like, well, if you're doing that, if you're there to like tan, swim, do whatever, then what? No, you don't need makeup. So that's where I'm at. What about you?
I agree completely. Definitely overrated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been to a pool and not wanted to get in. And I'm not getting in with my makeup on. So right. I guess if I was doing a photo shoot at a pool, but I don't have anything like that planned. So that's different.
Yeah.
But I don't even consider that going to the pool. That's work or something, So
that's true.
Very overrated. It's not good for your skin. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, next. Hot girl walks. Overrated or underrated, Jess?
I think appropriately rated mostly, and I posted a TikTok about this. My hot girl walks, I do love them, but they are more of like a paranoid girl walk because my head like the whole time is like swiveling behind, like oh, somebody gonna sneak up on me because I have to have my headphones on. So I enjoy them, but I prefer to be in like a class setting for my workout. But I like being outside, so I prefer the hikes maybe because I don't have headphones on. Hot girl hikes. What about you?
I think they're underrated. I love a good hot girl walk. My headphones have active noise canceling, so it's weird. So it's adaptive noise or something like that. So basically, it starts to lower when there's noise or there's somebody behind me. So like I'm always like again, same thing you use like swiveling around, but like I'm aware of my surroundings and I can hear when somebody's behind me. And I'm always like, let's go. If someone wants to tussle, I'm like, okay, well, you picked the wrong bitch. So we're not going to do that on my walk. I'm on my walk trying to improve my health, trying to get my 10K steps in. And you want to fight? You want to come after me? No. Try again. So underrated.
Sometimes when we go on rants, like I feel like I don't want to interrupt because I'm like, this is too good. I'm obsessed with this. Please keep going. And that's what my face was doing right now. So if you're like, what is she doing? I'm like,
No, no,
yes,
no.
get her.
Oh, get them. Okay. Summer flings. Underrated or overrated? Do I take this? I can take
I
this
was
one
gonna say
first.
I'm married, so I will have a summer fling with my husband, I suppose. But yeah, what do you think?
Love that for you. Summer fling. I would say appropriately rated. Have I ever had a summer fling? Sure. You know what I mean? It's been a vibe. Did it last? No, obviously. That's why it's fling. But I think in the moment it's fun. It gives you the opportunity to be fun, flirty, like leaning into like that girl vibe, right? The hot girl summer vibe of it, right? I mean, I had a good time on my little flings, but they were short lived and they were good for what they were. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
I feel like summer fling sounds so much more fun than situationship,
Yeah,
right? Like it's a
100% is.
rebrand. So
Yeah,
make it fun.
it is because the situationship, like you're crying, you're just like, oh, like does he do this, that? Like, you're questioning everything. No, on a fling, you know what it is, and you're both established what it is, so it's just vibes and it's fun.
Yeah.
But you're right. A summer situationship. First of all, I would never put myself in that situation. If it ever turned into a situationship, it would just end it. At that point, I'm like, no, 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 no. You're not bringing down my summer vibe. So it stays a fling, or I'm out. That's it.
We love that.
But do you have any comment other than that? Because I know you have. I mean, technically, you don't
No,
have.
I mean, no, I think it's great. I'm like, I will live vicariously through your summer fling. In my head, I was
Great.
thinking, how could I treat my husband like a summer fling this summer? I'm like, we've been married a while. How can we spice it up? Make it a summer fling, I'm like, can I like do some like interesting Instagram photos where it looks like, the summer I turned pretty vibes or something like that? Or can I don't know, we can have some like hot pool dates or something. The problem with going to the pool is how many children are there. There's
Uh,
nothing hot about it. I'm like, ugh,
right. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
You need a
We'll see.
private pool. That's the vibe. Or
Yeah,
what you
but then
need to
you
try and do is there's it depends on the place though, because you could probably do like a day rental at like a hotel or something, kind of a spa
resort
vibe.
pass.
Resort pass. Yes,
Resort
that's the
pass.
one. Resort pass. And you might get lucky where it's just adults and all the vibes.
Some resorts have adult only pools. That's a great
Hmm.
idea. I'm all in on summer fling. My husband has no idea what's coming.
I'm here for it. Okay, next. Travel content versus unplugging. Overrated or underrated? What do you think?
Okay, I think yeah. So I think unplugging is overrated, and I want you to post all your travel content. I want to feel the envy of the cool places that you're at. I want to be cheering you on and looking at you in your hot outfits that you bought for this trip. I want to see all the cool things that you get to do, all the cool food that you get to eat, all the cool architecture you get to see, all the beautiful ocean. I want to see snorkeling. I want to see all of it.
Hmm.
All of it. So I think travel content is underrated, and I think unplugging is overrated. Do not go on a trip and not post about it. I want to see the pictures. One of my friends, her and her family went to Japan, and she's been super busy, so I get it. But I'm like, girl, I haven't seen near enough pictures of this trip that you went on. I need the pictures. Post the pictures.
Absolutely. I agree. Post the content. Post the content, but safely. Okay. I don't want you to post every minute of every day. Like, I want you to be mindful and like be responsible. But when you come back, I want to see a photo dump of where you
Yes.
went. I want details. I want it all. So Posting the content, underrated. 100%. Okay, next. Self-timer photo shoots. Overrated or underrated? I'm taking this one first because I am the queen of a self-timer photo shoot. It is under freaking rated. Okay, let me tell you why. It's free. Okay, you set up the tripod, you get a good wall, and you go. You Vogue. You do what you got to do. Okay, and it's done. Minimal editing, and you've got. Okay, if you go to my Instagram right now, you will see most of my photos of just me were taken by me. Okay. Prime example, my New Year's photos, which we might pop up a picture on here. We'll see. If not, just go to my Instagram. You will see, and I'm just posed against this very wall right here. Okay. That's me.
I
That's
remember I texted you about
Yeah.
your New Year's photos, and I was like, okay, what editing app are you using? Or like, what, did you buy a backdrop? It was insane. It was so good.
Free.
So good.
Free. I loved it. So 100% underrated. What do you think?
Agree completely. Underrated.
Mhm.
My one question on this is, do you use self-timer or do you use video and screenshot? Because I usually do video and then screenshot, but I wish the quality was better. And now I'm like, maybe I should use self-timer.
Yeah, I don't use video and screenshot because of the quality. So I use Lens Buddy, and it's an app, and you just put it on your phone, and you can set the timer, you can set whether you want it to be in portrait mode or regular mode or live photo. I usually like to do live photo because it does give me the video aspect. So if I need to edit a little bit, I will. You can also change like the frame rate and also the number of photos it takes. So when I do photo shoots and things like that, I will start with 25, and then if they look fine, I'll do another 25 or add more, add less, whatever. So I use an app, honestly, and then go through and delete what I don't need, and that's it.
Wow. Downloading immediately after this episode. Love it.
Yes. Okay, next. Journaling on vacation. Overrated or underrated?
I feel like it's underrated, mostly because my ideal self does this. And my actual self always brings a journal and then never does it. So maybe my version of journaling is more like video because I do a lot of like vlogs and stuff. So that's kind of a form of journaling, but I always bring a journal and then I never stick with it. So I feel like it's underrated, but I haven't stuck with it yet. What about you?
I think I'm the same. I also think it's underrated, but I'm going to be honest, I don't do it. I don't journal when I'm on vacation. But like I mentioned in previous episodes, I did buy a 5-minute journal. So that is easy enough to stick with. It's 5 minutes and I'm reflecting over the day, what's going on, and going from there. So I think I can incorporate 5 minutes out of my vacation days to journal. So underrated for sure. Last but not least, skipping routines because it's summer. Overrated or underrated? It's overrated. Don't do that. Don't skip. Just because it's hot outside does not give you an excuse to be lazy. Don't use that as an excuse to skip out on the routines that you've set for yourself. I think that you need to stay in routine. You can't get off track because it's summer. It's not really an excuse. And honestly, we're not in school anymore. So what do you mean? Like we have things to do. We're adults. So no, you're not skipping. What about you?
Agreed. Super overrated. Also, why do you have the routine? Why do you have the routine? Is it to make you feel better? Is it to help you hit your goals? Is it to help you become the ideal version of you? So if you skip your routine, you're skipping out on yourself, and then you're just gonna hate it when summer, then you're gonna hit those winter blues, right? You're gonna be so mad when winter comes because you fell off track. So yeah, don't skip your routines.
I agree.
All right, well, if this episode gave you life or got you thinking about your own summer energy, please share it with a friend, especially any friends who you're trying to make summer plans with and you need that balance.
And make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at Sisterhood Tea Party. And leave us a review because it helps us so much and keeps the tea pouring every single week.
Before we wrap, let's leave y'all with our last drop of tea for the day. Stephanie, do you want to share today?
Of course. Today's last drop of tea is whether you're in your healed era, your hot era, or some mix of both, this summer show up for you. And with that, we'll see you next week.